Hey, everybody, welcome into the building. My earrings are acting crazy. All right, listen, guys. Hey, how you doing? Did y'all have a good weekend? Listen, thank you for joining me because tonight is Love and Marriage Huntsville recap. Okay, that's right. Hello, great train. Hello, great tribe. We about to pull this train off right away. We gonna get right into it with Love and Marriage Huntsville recap. Okay, but before I get into it, see y'all playing. Y'all playing. People are hopping the train. People are hopping the train. Y'all gotta get your ticket, okay? You know what your ticket is. Hit that like button. That's your ticket on this train. And then we're gonna get this thing started. But before I get this thing started, can we get in the chat a choo-choo? Can I get a choo-choo in the chat? I'm not bringing nobody on this train till we get a choo-choo in the chat. Somebody give us a choo-choo. Somebody. We need a choo-choo in the chat. And thank you, Nubian Mahogany. Yes, okay. Choo-choo. Okay, we about to board this train. So listen, everybody. Choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. We're about to board this train, and we got a monthly ticket holder waiting in the wings. Hold on one second. Hey, Auntie Robin.
Hey, Diva. Good evening.
Hey, how you doing? Happy Monday.
Thank you. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing well. Can't wait to get into this recap. Hey, Roy.
Let's do it.
Listen, I need security outside the train doors because the lights is not matching the number of people.
Oh, my God.
And I don't understand why every week the conductor of our train got to ask y'all to hit the like button. I mean, y'all know what to do. So please, in honor of Auntie Diva and the Gray Hair Channel and the beautiful work that she's done, as y'all coming in the building, hit that like button. And also, if you're new, welcome. Subscribe to her channel, okay? Period.
All right. Don't be jumping this train now. Let me finish boarding this train. Thank you for that, Roy. Roy, you're looking a little blurry. Come in and out again. Yeah. Hey, KL, thanks for being here, everybody. Choo-choo. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Radiance. All right, let me board the rest of these people. Hey, Sebastian.
Hey, Diva. Hey, Auntie Robin. Hey, Royer.
Hey, Sebastian.
Okay. I'm not going to behave today, so just letting you know that.
Oh, my. Hey, Julius.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
All right, now. Hey, Dadon.
What up, everybody? I think I'm gonna step on a few toes tonight, so be warned.
Ooh, you calling turbulence early on?
Not be ye also ready. He said, "Be ye also ready."
All right, we about to get this. Well, we going. Let me sit up because you trying to start something before the train pull out the building.
Like Michael said, "Want to be started something."
That's what I'm talking about.
I went there too.
But you know what though, Julius? I'm ready. Okay. Let's go. All right. So listen, guys. Love and Marriage Huntsville. You know what? Let me just say this up front. The Carlos King own whoever owns it over there now. I don't know whoever that be. They trying to play in our face because they trying to slowly bamboozle us and make this whole thing the Scotts. Okay. Because every time we turn around, there's another member from the Scott family joining this cast, okay? Keke on the cast. Now we heard about Courtney. Okay, who's next? I mean, because they got a big family. And I will say this about their family. They got some strong genes because they all look alike. Don't they, though? They're beautiful people. They're absolutely gorgeous, but that just don't mean that I want this whole thing to be a Scott show. But they are good-looking people. They got some strong genes, and it seems like it's a lot of females in the family. Okay, and Shan said they want to take Melanie's show bad. Well, Shan. All right, Shan. I ain't trying to have no train go off the track early on, Shan. Well, we'll get into that. See, sometimes I think people say something was taken away from them. but did they give it away? So think about that, Shan. Are they taking it? Or did she say, here, y'all can have it? And I like Melody. I know y'all think sometimes I don't, but I do. But we got to call a thing a thing. Okay, so let's get into this. So, we come back this week and Melanie and Stormi, they still talking because we're at Kimmi's celebration. Okay, we're at Kimmi's celebration and, Stormi and Mel talking. I felt like, this is no shit. I felt like it was an Ebonics conversation, right? I didn't know what was going on in that conversation. It was like ping, pong, pong, put your number, my number, DM me. I got your number, but I ain't got your number, but I just got your number. It was like, what the heck is going on here? You want to eat? Okay, let's eat. I was like, well, can somebody detail this for me? What the heck happened in that conversation? It was a bunch of nothing. And my thing is, if you want to be straight up, be straight up. Yo, I ain't feeling you. And no, you can't get my number. Nobody's getting my number because somebody did me dirty last season. And I ain't gonna have it this season. Be straight up. Be up with yours, okay? But don't play this. You could have DM'd me. You could have called me. I could have called you. You could have wrote a letter. Stop. I ain't messing with you no more. The only time I'm gonna mess with you is when I have to, okay? And because you cornered me at Kimmi's celebration, I guess I gotta talk to you. But now let's go eat. That's what I felt like that situation was, right? So at this celebration too. Kimmi talks to Martel because you know what? Kimmy's feeling good and she should, right? She got a new perspective on life. Things are bigger now. It's bigger because, listen, I'm going through something real. Y'all playing these little nursery rhyme games, but I'm going through something real. I just survived, what was it? Did she do radiation? Right? She survived
chemo first.
Chemo first. She survived chemo. She got to go get the surgery. So she's like, I don't have time for this nonsense. I'm in good spirits. I'm happy. And she's sitting there talking to Martel. And listen, Martel, anybody who he can get in their ear to tell them that I want Mel back and hopefully the person might help them, he's going to talk to them. So he's sitting there talking to Kimmi. And he's like, Kimmy's talking to him. Kimmy's like, I'm so glad that I have Maurice by my side through this. And she said, no shade. I'm not trying to shade you or anything. But she said, when you and Mel were together, y'all were good. And we're always going to think of, when we see you, we're going to think of Mel. When we see Mel, we're going to think of you. And he's like, you know what? I feel the same way. Okay, I want my family back. I miss my family. And by the way, you know what? If Ariane didn't get that she got played, I hope she gets it now. Somebody need to send her. What was that darn DMX song? It got a lot of language in it. But you know what? It's a lot of factual information in that DMX song. He said, what you really want from her. Okay? You play me, I played you. Okay? You knew I had a wife when you got with me. So what do you want? So that's what happened. That's what happened to Ariane. She got played, and she's still getting played because he wants to get married, but he won't marry her. He has a girlfriend on the show, but it ain't her. It's a whole hot mess. But anyway, he wants Mel back. Mel's about to leave, and he's like, "Hold on, Mel. I'm gonna walk you to the car." Now you know what? This is why I know Mel still feels for Martel. Now, we could play the game love, in love, whatever. She still feels for him. And I get it. You got, 4 kids by this man? Y'all was married how many years? Y'all spent your whole life together. Y'all had good times and good memories together. Okay? So, of course, you're going to feel something. No matter how mad you are at the person, you still feel something for them. Okay? So, my thing is, Mel, don't get bopped upside your head because you being stubborn. Let the man walk you to the car. He didn't say, can I walk you to the car, get in your car and come to your house? Okay? Let the man walk you to the car and stop it. Like she's being so extra with it. I get it. We all know he did you dirty. But at some point, we're going to need for the both of y'all to let it go. Okay? So that was Mel. And then Keke comes. Keke walks in the party and, kissing and hugging everybody but her cousin, Tisa. But Keke, what I ain't mad at Keke because what happened was the rumor has it that Keke was supposed to be on the show from the onset, but somehow that got blocked. So Keke, like, I'm here now. Okay. And no matter who I get into it with, I'm here. I'm showing up. I'm going to get this own check. Okay. Y'all not going to be the only one. I'm going to get this own check too. Okay, so wait, hold on. Hey, Mims, what you say, Mims? Diva is front, and she has bought every single piece from Coleslaw's clothing line. Her and Ariane. Child, let me tell you something, okay? I ain't getting nothing from that. You know, one of the denim tops was
Sloppy
cute.
seconds.
But I ain't got the boobs to support that top she had on. No, she could go ahead and listen. Is the line up and running? Does the website work, Ariane? I don't really know what Ariane do and don't do. Okay, but listen, that's how we and wait, Mel in his Martel in his confessional. You know what? He's still arrogant as I don't know what. Cause he sat up in that confessional in his suit, and he was like, Mel knows I'm a gentleman. Mel knows, I want her, and I just want to walk into the car, and I want us to be good co-parents. So, Martel, he know how to play for the TV. He know how to play to kind of get you on his side. But you know what? I see Martel a little bit. I'm trying to cut him some slack, but I still see you, Martel. I see you. So I'm gonna start at the bottom today. Julius, what are your thoughts on that particular scene?
I think Martel has his moments, but I think he a little messy to me.
He a little messy.
Like, it's just a vibe. Like, you could be educatedly messy, and that's what he gives me. Like, he educatedly messy. And it's like, and he knows how to skillfully manipulate. And it shows.
Yes, he does. He does. Yeah, he got an art to it. But you know what, though? I think people can go in and out of their feelings. Like, if you ever been through a divorce or a breakup after you've been with somebody for a long time, it's a roller coaster ride. Right?
Grieving
One minute
process.
you can't. Yeah, yes, it is. There you go. Come on now, Julius. Grieving
process. Folks want to sidestep that. No, go through it. It's there for a reason.
That part. So that's what he's going through. One minute they hate each other and they fighting. The next minute, he want her back. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Martel definitely has buyer's remorse. I think he really truly wants his family back. And I really truly believe, I'm gonna be very, very honest with you, that Melody even said it, that if she didn't leave, he would have been comfortable going back and forth between the two of them, right? And
she had to put her foot down.
And then once she put her foot down and he realized that, this chick over here ain't what I want, it was too late. Mm-hmm. So, what are your thoughts about that? When we come back in that first scene where they're still at Kimmi's party.
Mel ain't put her foot down because she found the phones in the drawer. Both of them, the burner phones. She had another baby by him. She stayed with him a few more months, and then she decided to divorce him. So she didn't put her foot down. She was an accomplice. So
hey,
the
Perry.
first scene. What's up, Perry? The first scene with Stormi and Mel better watch out because Stormi got that Mississippi slang. But Stormi is not here for Mel shenanigans. And I'm so glad about it. She caught Mel in every lie Mel tried to twist around. See, that's what she's used to doing. She's used to twisting her words up, trying to make herself, seem like she's so innocent. But Stormi caught every single angle of it. No, I'm not DMing you. We're supposed to be friends. How am I supposed to know that you're on a break if you don't call me and tell me you're on a break?
True fact.
You can't do that to your friends. And then she said in her interview, my so-called friends. This chick, I don't understand. Like, why are you on the show if you don't want to get along with anybody on the show? You're so above it all. Leave.
Yeah.
And then Martel, he's so. I mean, this guy. I don't think him and Sheree are for real. I think they're both dating each other for convenience. He's her storyline. She's his storyline. So, they're dating each other for the convenience, trying to be a power couple in both states, both cities. And, that's just as far as we should take it. They're not serious about each other. I mean, they may like each other. They may have, good sex, but they're not in it for the long run. I don't think so. He should have. She's so just let the man walk you to the car. I mean, he already know where your house is. He knows where your house is. So what you think you doing?
Right. I agree with
just let him walk you to the car. Y'all are grown people. Yes, he effed up, but you did too. You weren't perfect. So thank you, y'all. I mean, this man can't even walk you to the car.
Right. I agree.
I understand that he's still an arrogant SOB, and he probably will be like that for the rest of his life. But she married that arrogant SOB. He ain't just did that. He ain't just flip and turn. So, let him walk you to the things he say. I just hope he's backing it up with action. Like he wants to be better co-parents. Yes, he does want to be with her again. And she wants to be with him because she can't talk about him and before she break down crying in 2.3 seconds.
That's facts. That's facts. You know what? Here's the thing, right? Like you said, he did mess up, but we're adults, right? Why can't he just walk you to the car? Because you are the mother of his 4 kids, okay? He don't want somebody knocking you upside the head as you walk into your car in the dark of the night. That's across the street. Like, stop it, Mel. And
exactly.
I know for sure, like you said, every time, if you can still tear up that bad like that, you do still love him. Now, we didn't get to this scene yet, but when we get to the scene when she's talking to Nell, I'm going to tell you from all personal experience how I do believe every word she's saying, but we'll get to that scene. Royer, what are your thoughts on, we're still at Kimmi's celebration? Because for whatever reason, Maurice doesn't want to call it a party. Like, he's too much to like ridiculous. Celebration, what's the difference? But anyway, go ahead.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Maybe he doesn't want to celebrate too fast. He's just trying to be, just safe about it. He's just trying to be safe about it.
Okay.
Sometimes you celebrate too quick and then boom, right around the corner is something else. So he's just being cautious. But yes, let's celebrate Kimmi. Let's celebrate the moment. I'm here for it. As far as Mel and Canva, what's her name?
Who you talking about, Kimmi? Wait, June said Martel. Wait, hold on one second, Royer. June said Martel has the whole panel drinking the Kool-Aid. Bye.
What Kool-Aid?
Well, listen, June, bye, June, because obviously you're not embracing and hearing the whole conversation. We're saying that the man is human, okay? Nobody's in agreement on how and what he did to Melody, especially I don't think any female on this panel. But at the same time, at some point, no matter what somebody did to you when you were in a relationship, if y'all got kids together, you got to let it go. I'm
sorry, I'm gonna agree with June tonight. Like I said, I'm playing devil's advocate. It would be one thing if Martel could just walk me to the car and that be it. But it's always got to be something extra behind it. You always want something, or you want to have to say something. You just can't walk me to my car, get me in the car and close my door. It's always got to be an extra conversation. And it's bad enough that I'm already trying to get over you because, as we all know, she is not over Martel. Right. But I'm trying to get over you, but yet and still you keep badgering me, because that's what it is. Badgering and stalking me. You made your decision. You slept around. I gave you your chances. You continue to do what you did. So don't badger me. That's just like I said with the Will Smith situation. We cannot, just because he apologized, don't mean we ready to accept him back into our reality of life. No, you got to wait until those individuals are ready to accept you. Same for Martel. He has to wait until Mel is ready to accept him back into her life. You cannot punch me in the face and then tell me how to give you the punishment from punching me in the face.
I'd like to respond next.
You are next, Sebastian. But hold on one second, because Roy is trying to make the train go off the track early on. But Emmanuel telling you to speak, okay? And June might have left too soon because she would have known that you obviously didn't drink the Kool-Aid, okay?
Listen, I understood. It would have been one thing if he could just escort her to the car, close her door, and go home. But it's never that. It's never that. You always got to put your little extra sauce on top to make you feel macho, like you doing something. Sir, no. Leave me be. If I tell you I don't want you to walk me to my car, no. And then it's just like, he got to make jokes about it. We're leaving. Why did you have to make a big scene about it? Like, no, sir. walk me to my car and be quiet. Sometimes you gotta move in silence. Silence is golden.
Silence is going. Hold on. Thank you for the super chat. Said I don't always agree with Mel, but I'm sorry, I disagree. I'm not letting him walk me nowhere, especially when they're actively going to court during the season. Come on now, y'all know he's trying to wiggle his way back in. He definitely is, because let me tell you something. The other day, Sherelle reported that he gave her, I think, 10 dozen roses. Listen, guys, I'm not gonna I'm a Sebastian, because Roya got me all of my feelings here, okay? Talking about, wait, let me say this to you, Roya. So when you walk to your car and somebody snatch up your Versace bag, remember I tried to walk you to your car. Go ahead.
Oh, well, no, that's a completely different story. You can walk me to my car. The problem is you just can't walk me to my car without giving no ad lib. You always got to do this extraness. And I'm trying to heal. Let's just say that Mel is trying to get back with Martel, right? You cannot get back with somebody when they consistently hovering over you constantly all the time. Like she said, she has changed her number 5 times. 5 times, and I'm guaranteed that a majority of that is because of Martel continuing to stalk her after she has asked you for her privacy. Like, sir, we can communicate through email. You don't have to call me and pick up the phone and talk about kids. Diva, let's not go here. You can communicate through the email. You don't have to call me and pick up the phone.
I can't wait to respond.
No. So then Stormi and Mel. Now I'm going back on Stormi with this. We tired of your games, Mel. We tired of you playing in our face. You playing like we friends, and then you get an attitude, then we not friends, and then you need to DM me. No, ma'am. Be upfront what it is. If you got a problem with me, I got a problem with you. I'm not talking to you, period. Don't play these little childish games. Oh, you should have DM me. No. If you need your space, say you need your space. If the people don't respect you, then let them know. We are done. I don't need you in my life. Stop playing. Diva, I told you, I got the cut off spirit. Cut off.
Well, let me tell you something. A lot of people agreeing with you. Lorraine B is agreeing with you. Gloria said, was Martel ready for her safety when he was not with her during the pandemic?
Come on, Gloria. Ooh, it's quiet for church master here now.
All right. See,
no, I'm just behaving myself right now.
I know you are.
I'm waiting my turn.
I know you are. Go ahead, Sebastian, because everybody playing right now. I'm coming back down to you, Auntie. Yeah, don't worry. I'm coming back down to you, Auntie Daddy.
Okay, I want to know this.
Sebastian.
Okay, I want to know this.
Yes.
They both were making drama on that whole exit thing. They are both exactly the same person, just different biological features, okay? Martel does a lot. He does too much. Melody did too. Calling people, changing your number almost every single week, every single day. That's very problematic. Second, you decided to let this man spill his seed inside you for 4 times. So I'm sorry, Mel. You are legally binded to this man because both of your names are on a birth certificate. Till the court of law declares that you have primarily custody of those children. Yes, he can be calling you. Yes, he can go to the vicinity where the mother of his child is. I'm just
so y'all real quick. Don't listen to Sebastian because this is how you get restraining orders on you.
Someone's echoing. I'm gonna say this. Is he being very narcissistic? Yes. Is Melody very narcissistic? Yes, as well. They're both the exact same person. Last time I checked, Martel's not Jesus Christ. He can't be fully innocent, but Melody isn't either because she still can't recall who did fellatio on where what.
You know what, Sebastian? Wait, hold on. I'm coming to Robin. KP said, Diva, I work with several parents that only communicate via court ordered text conversation.
Hello.
And allegations or arguments is very common. No, KP, let me tell you something. I'm very familiar with that. So, but Shan, I think you got a lot of background noise. I'm gonna mute you. I'm very familiar with that, KP, but we're gonna continue to talk. But thank you for that information. And listen, shout out to all the people that are, telling us why we need to understand Mel's side. I ain't mad at y'all. So go ahead, Robin. What are your thoughts?
Thank you, Diva, for this opportunity to comment. First of all, I do not believe that Mel's behavior towards Stormi was problematic. And the reason why, because see, the thing is, I'm going to keep reminding everybody that this is a reality television show. Most of these people are not friends in real life. They present it as reality when it is not. We were on the live when Diva interviewed the Tylers. And what did Arena say? It's over. I shut down. Mel told us that last year, that when it's done, it's done. So I think people need to be very clear that that's just her position. The work period is over. My contract is done. I'm gonna take the rest of this time and in between to do me, mine, and what I need to do. I don't like the way that Martel shows up on this show because he's really torturing this woman. And I don't care what any of y'all say about they love each other. We don't know. We know what we perceive, but he's constantly in her face, and she does, in my opinion, her best to keep it cute.
Oh.
I will also say, how dare any of you, let me put bass in my voice. How dare any of you come at Mel for not wanting this mother flower to walk her to her car? Respect her boundaries, respect her space and her place. Period. Point blank.
Don't invite me to a party then.
Auntie Natty over there, like, that's right, Rob.
Don't invite me to a party then. Don't invite me to a party.
Hold on. Look,
I'm not finished.
We agree with you. Go ahead, finish.
Thank you.
Finish. I'm listening.
I think so. I saw somebody say the same thing I was going to say in the chat about how Martel got his confessional waxing poetic about how he wanted to be improved co-parents.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a lie from the pit of hell. I only say that because he's constantly dragging this woman to court. He over custody.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about her custodial skills. He's questioning who she leaves the children with or who babysits them. And really he's just questioning the gay brother. But we're not going to get into his overt homophobia right here, right now. I want to y'all talk about how Maurice, he doesn't want to call it a party or whatever. You know what Maurice is still? He's still controlling as hell. Remember, he wanted her to quit her job to go into real estate. He didn't want to do that. But he was pushing her. He didn't want her to have this party, this celebration. Respect her wants, her wishes, and her needs. He's too damn controlling. And then the last thing I'm going to say is that I actually learned something here tonight. Diva, you said that Ariane had a website that wasn't working?
No, I didn't say that. I said, was it working?
Oh, because I'm going to say, does she and Sheree have something in common? Is that part of where Martel is going? By the way, I don't believe that that's a relationship, but I'm done for now. Thank you.
I appreciate it. So,
hey Diva, can I say one quick thing right
quick? Okay, I'm coming to Auntie Natty. I'm coming to you, but go ahead, Don. What was you going to say?
Okay, so Martel isn't good enough to walk Mel to the car, but he can walk her to the beach on a vacation. I'll put myself back on mute.
No, actually, there is a difference.
It's not about being good enough. It's about
no, it's very different.
Hold on, y'all. Don, you just dropped the bomb. Boom. But
and it blew up in your face because she was being good to him, inviting him on her family vacation so he could spend time with the children. Very different. Ain't the same.
Full circle. You brought the train back on track. Auntie Natty,
except for his circle is a square.
Hold on, I gotta go to Auntie Natty. Go ahead.
Come on, Auntie Natty. Come off of mute, Auntie Natty.
Unmute.
Yes. Okay. You off.
First of all,
come on, Auntie Natty.
Go ahead. You on mute. Come off mute. We need you. Go ahead.
First of all,
yes.
With Stormi and Melody at the reunion, Stormi said her and Destiny was friends. Her and Melody were building. So she said they didn't have a friendship.
Okay.
So she also said, I know you told me that you disconnect when the show's over, but I didn't think that applied to me. Well, you said on that national stage and said you was friends with Destiny, but you were building with me. So if you build it, we don't have a friendship yet. You just trying to build one. Number one, I'm
Wait,
sick of Stormi.
Auntie Natty, I'm gonna let you finish. But you did your whole video shoot up in my house with my
Yes,
dog,
ma'am.
with my
Yes,
dog,
ma'am.
with my
Yeah.
dog, and now that's what you're gonna do to me?
Yep.
But shit, Stormi is the one that said they were building. Mel didn't say it.
Come on,
Stormi
then.
said, Carlos asked her about her friendship with Melody. She turned sideways and said, we're building. That came out of Stormi Steele's mouth, not Melody Sheree. Number two, you ain't walking me to my car. She took him on that trip because Carlos King told her to the Don. That's why she took him on that trip. That came out in an interview with Carlos King.
Oh.
She told him to take her and the Marlene that drink up all the Inez wine in the basement.
She drink the brown liquor. She don't drink no wine.
You are not gonna walk me to my car, and you taking me to court for my kids.
Yes.
You telling everybody you know I'm a whore. I done slept with over 20 men. I done slept with your frat brother and everybody.
Come on.
You telling your side piece all my personal business.
Yes.
That I did a AB. No, you will not walk me to my car.
Come
If
on.
I say you not, I wouldn't have even let him walk me to the door if it had been me. She is the sole provider for those children. The only income he got is that own check. She takes them kids. Didn't you hear him say he don't like going out of town no more because he can't afford to go nowhere but to Atlanta? Don't play with me. He don't want no. He say he don't want no man watching his kids, but he let his jailbird Uncle Sam that taught him how to steal ATMs watch him. What's the difference in him and Marcus? Marcus is a certified teacher, but you letting a jailbird watch him. But I'm not a good parent, and you telling people I didn't even want my children. Baby, no, you can't walk me nowhere. You can't walk me to the next table. And them roses he gave me, I would have shipped 5 dozen of Sheree, and I'd have sent the other 5 to coleslaw. And tell him your man sent these to me, and I'm giving them to you. He's not in love with Mel. He missed Mel money. He missed the prestige he had with Mel. And he missed what Mel afforded him. Mel is the only one that took that platform and did what needed to be done. Because Stormi already had hers when she came on there. Them snots ain't doing nothing but getting lawsuits and going to court. Stormi going to court right now. Stormi got a PPP loan, but she $1 million business. Get up out of here. Y'all better stop playing with me.
Well,
come on, aunt.
Now, Sebastian, do you have a rebuttal?
Auntie just gave a whole
Hey, Diva.
Yes.
So if Mel can tell, this is Mel's show. Everybody said this is Mel's show. She did everything. She's the founder, creator. She's everything about the show. Why she can't tell Carlos, I'm not taking this man that I don't get along with out of town where there's not going to be security or anything like that. I don't feel safe around him out of town where we're going to stay in the same house together out of town, and he can't walk me 10 feet to my car. That's an oxymoron.
Well, at
it
that
doesn't
time,
make sense.
Don,
It doesn't add up.
It
doesn't add up. I don't care
Look,
how
Don,
mad
can I
you
say
are at this
something?
man. You cannot, and let me say this, those are not her kids. Those are their kids. We need to stop saying that those
but
are her kids.
He say his
let me say
kids,
this.
so
Let
I
me
can
say
say
this.
her
Let me
kids.
say this one thing. Let me say this one thing. Let me say, y'all are talking about this man taking her to court. There is no jurisdiction, no law in the continent, in the United States, the continent United States, that says mothers are the primary parent. There is no law. And if you
I
find
didn't
it,
say
let
that.
me know.
Nobody
I'm
said
not
that. We're talking about
finished.
his rationale.
I'm
Wait,
not
let him
finished.
Nobody said
I'm not
that.
finished.
let him finish.
I'm talking to the comments too, because the mothers are not the primary parent. Yes, mothers take up the slack majority of the time, but in the court of law, mothers are not the primary parent. They have to go through a trial. They have to go through your child gets a guardian ad litem. All of that has to take place to find that out. So we need to stop as a community saying those are her kids. That's ignorant to say
I
that.
said
Okay, so
I
hold
said that because
on
he
one second.
always say,
Hold on one second. Plum, thank you for the super sticker. I truly appreciate it. Okay, so Auntie Natty, a lot of people are with you. That you did drop some information that I did forget about. Okay, so I understand that, but at the same time, we can't neglect the fact that the Don had a good point. You was in a whole house with me. You let my mama come along too. We was on vacation, playing on the beach together, all cozy and making jokes and showing each other pictures from the past. And now I can't walk you to your car.
he was showing her pictures from the past, but he had not taken her to court. And I say he took her to court because he filed for custody. She was satisfied with joint custody. He filed for full custody. He had not did that at the time they had that vacation. I'm a mother, and if any man would have tried to take my children, they daddy, they granddaddy, I don't care who it is, they would get dust from me. And I'm not saying that the mother is always the best parent, but I'm saying Martel living in the house right now being sold out from under him. He got days to get out. You don't even have anywhere to take those children right now. We being realistic. I'm talking, and I say her children because he always say his children. And if he can say his, I can say hers.
Well, okay, the train is shaking. Shan, what are your thoughts? What do you want to add to this situation? Can you stop the train from the turbulence that's going on right now? What are your thoughts?
Honestly, I can't. I'm just gonna go right into what I'm just gonna continue the last shakery of the train because homeboy is not in touch with reality. He is stuck in the fact that, okay, I'm gonna try to get my wife and my family back, which we not there. That's not happening because you embarrassed her on national television. So she had to divorce you to save face. So you messed that up. So it's just gone. Leave it alone, homeboy. Go ahead on and go over there to your 20% and try to do what you was doing with your 80%, and we'll see how that worked for you. Because he
She was
just
15%,
unrealistic.
remember?
She might be 10. My bad. She might be 10.
Oh Lord.
He not it. He's just not it. No, I just don't understand. People have to go through the evolution of what women go through with men. And when we try to give a second chance, because I don't really know, it's not very many men that will allow a woman to cheat on them and then try to make it better.
That's
and
fact.
multiple times.
That's fact.
So not only did we see him cheat on her, but she divulged that he had cheated on her before the first year of the marriage or something like that, and she took him back and thought everything was better till this happened. So he's embarrassed her to the nth degree. And in my personal opinion, I would enjoy him suffering and do the same sarcastic and stuff that she does to him. Oh, Martel, ho. No, you cannot walk me to my car and stand there in your face and talk and wait and let you watch me walk out by myself. And let you continue to see me grow and do better. And in my opinion, from the things that I see on the show and the unaired stuff that continues to leak out, this man is dangerous. He's very dangerous because not only do we not know what happened the night everybody thinks he was in jail, because he was technically not in jail, but we know something happened. We just don't know what. And we also know for a fact that when they sat on that stage on that reunion and cried, something happened before that. They all were crying. Martel was in tears. Carlos was in tears. Mel was in tears. And the tea that spilled out about that is Martel had some kind of meltdown with somebody. It just wasn't Melody. So this man is dangerous. And when he doesn't get what he wants, look at what happened in Las Vegas on the season, which we saw. Men had to hold him back from her, from
That's
getting
true.
at her. Stop it, people. Sometimes we don't see everything that happens. You have to read between the lines. This man, in my opinion, is very dangerous. I've dealt with domestic violence on both ends, men and women, or both. And this to me looks like she's trying to still make money. She's trying to save face for her children, and she's still protecting him. And everybody think, oh, that's love. That's it. Yeah, she does love this man. There's no way you can be with a man for 15 years and not love them in a year or two. There's no way. However, she knows this won't work. We can't be together. And not only that, you disrespect the marriage on top of letting your broad disrespect our marriage. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Because anytime your side piece call your phone and tell your wife, put your husband on the phone, you wouldn't have had a phone for her to get on because it would have been broke across your dome on my end. So I don't get it. I don't understand none of this. All she making money and continue to make that money, Mel. And I feel like at the end of the day, which may be the end of this season or not too long in the near future, she gonna leave that show for the Scots. She gonna say, here, y'all have it. Do what y'all do with it. I'm an EP. I'm gonna make my Mariah Hug money if y'all can keep it going. And if y'all can't, I'm gonna take my beauty products, my production company, and everything else I got going on, because she got a license, a builder's license back last year. So she's doing things. She's still moving and shaking. And he broke. His allegedly his home just sold the other day. He homeless. So
he can't
what?
even get a builder's license. It's an open book test. And don't forget, when she was filming behind every man, he went on there and they had to literally call the police because he attacked
and
a
there's men
female.
out here that get the wrong end of the stick. And I understand that because I've seen it in court where a man goes into court for his child and he gets the wrong end of the stick because child support and things like that are geared more towards women successfully getting their children and keeping their children. However, this is not one. He's not one. Not from what I see on TV, not from what I see on social media. He's not one. He's not being taken advantage of, none of that. He does not deserve those children. I don't think I wouldn't feel safe with any of those kids being with him. The side piece kids and not his ex-wife's children. That man
That's
needs
who we
help.
should be trying to get custody of.
Okay, so hold on one second, guys. Sammy, thank you for the super chat. I truly appreciate it. That was before he filed for custody. So she's talking about, they went on the beach trip before he filed for custody. Hold on one second, guys. Michelle, thank you for the super chat. A lot happened between that trip and the vacation. He wouldn't walk me to my car either. Walk closer to her car. So let me just add this into the conversation. A person can be a bad mate, a bad husband, but still be a good father. So, to judge that he should not be a part of his kid's life because of everything he's done to Mel, I don't know. I feel like that's a little far-fetched, but that's me. I'm coming to you. Give me 1 second. I'm coming to you.
But I want to make one last statement. I'm going to drop down because I'm in my car and that's the noise y'all was hearing. But there was an actual accusation made against the kids too. And with his temper and things of that nature, that's why I spoke on the safety of the children.
Okay.
Because there was accusations made about the children. Don't know how true it was, but if you guys, I don't know if anybody followed, but she kept the kids with him for 50-something days. They went back to court and the court said he could come in. I've been in the courts for a long time and I understand that he can have supervised visits and right now he's in mandated therapy. So I said safety of the children on that turf because I started following this a few years ago, not after the first season, maybe after the second or third. But I started following it because I thought it was about Black power couples, and turned out it's about Mel and Martel's marriage and the breakup of it. Because anything else, we're not getting nothing else. So I said I'm gonna just continue watching this show if they can't show me what I initially started watching for, which was love and marriage.
I hear you, Shan. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate all your thoughts and your opinions on the situation. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying once when Mel leaves or whatever, when y'all revamping the show for the further seasons, I want to see the Scotts being a black power couple. And if not,
Never.
I'm out of here. Y'all done
That
lost
won't
me.
happen.
But y'all take care. I'll drop down.
That's not going to happen. Can I say one more thing, Diva? And I can drop down and let somebody else up.
Yeah.
It was an incident with Tank. Supposedly him and Ariane was fighting. And Tank got hurt in the process. That's why they were away for 56 days. I'm not saying he shouldn't be around his children. I'm saying he should not have full custody. He wants child support because he has no money and he wants to hurt Mel. He even said, if she just do what I say do, I would drop the custody. So that tells you he's not doing it for the right reason. Who he should be getting custody of is Lil Knox, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that if something is wrong with Lil Knox. I'm saying Lil Knox has now that is a neglectful mother. We've all seen her online feeding that baby popsicles at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. He crying and she steady having meltdowns online. But he's not trying to get custody from him. Do you know why? Because Coleslaw ain't got no money to give him.
Well, I'm not even going to deny. I'm not going to deny anything that you're saying, right? But I think not. I'm not saying this right. I think part of Martel's fight against Melody is more to do with the fact that he wants her back versus really wanting the kids. I get it. He wants her back. He wants to hurt her. He does. Listen, I've been through a situation as such, right? And I'm definitely not saying this right. And when you're going through it, it's brutal. Brutal is an understatement, right? But it's more about the person when they're trying to hurt you like that. They'll do anything to hurt you, and that's where they need the help. Now, I do truly feel. Now, I'm not saying if there's a parent that is abusive, but I do truly feel for the sake of the kids that the kids need both their parents.
I agree, but he do need therapy. Have you noticed how he blamed Sugar Mama for Mel leaving him because she said Sugar Mama gave her the strength? If you notice him with Sugar Mama, he pays her as little attention as possible.
He's different.
He is different. And if a man that truly loved his kids, he say, my kids, all my kids, that he is something he holds against Sugar Mama because Mel say that she gave her the strength to walk out that door.
This is heavy tonight.
And I'm not saying he don't love his kids. I'm not saying he don't love his kids.
Right.
But he's not trying to get them for the right reason. And at this point, he cannot adequately provide. He doesn't even have a home. He's squatting like Destiny is squatting right now. The house has been sold. He don't even have no. Marlene told him she not babysitting. He has nowhere to take him.
Let me get to LaDon. LaDon, what are your thoughts?
Hold on.
Okay.
We got 2 new members, so just your two new members. In my opinion, she just became a new member.
In my opinion.
And Savannah, right?
Hi, everyone.
Thank you guys for joining.
Miss Alabama.
Yes, oh wait, there's a lot of noise, LaDon. LaDon, did I come to you?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead.
So I agree that kids need their father in their lives. And I also feel like Martel loves his kids. And I think in his head, he wants to be a good father, but I don't think he's capable because, yes, he seems like he has the time, but mentally, I believe there's a couple of different kind of mental health. There is chemical imbalance and there's environmental mental health. And when you get your kids and you pick them, and what is your mother doing? Oh, who she talking to on the phone? Where's she going? And then you say, you know what a good parent is, son? A parent that doesn't open up new businesses and that will spend more time with their kid. You see how dad just gave up his jobs to be with you guys? To make their mother look bad and put them on live to repeat that. Pushing things in their kid's head. You know, feeding them negativity about their mom. A good father doesn't do that. He loves his kids. In his mind, he wants to be a good father, but a good father does not mentally abuse their kids and put them in situations like that. Not talking about what he did with Coleslaw and the breakup. I'm talking about questioning them kids on his days. I'm talking about putting negativity about their mom in his head to flip the script because he destroyed his family. That can't be a good father. It can't be, because that makes the kids hurt and suffer more, because now they're even more confused. But Mom takes care of us, and we got such good things. Why shouldn't she open businesses? But Dad said that that's a bad thing. You know, like, come on. I mean, I want him to get better so that he can be a great father for his kids, the father that they need. But right now, mentally, his drive is not to be a good father to his kids. His drive is to get Melanie Cherie back. That is his drive, you know, because the whole world can see that there is a different parenting style in Melanie and Coleslaw. The whole world can see it. For him to big up Coleslaw, who you know, who has been online with your child holding nip bottles, alcohol bottles, you know, sick, can't breathe, like he need an asthma treatment, didn't take him to the doctor yet because we've seen it in a couple days in a row. And then to put your ex-wife down because you're not getting the response you want. Melody said it the other day on her interview. Martel is only wanting the kids to have me, to have a connection to me. That's not a good father at this time. At this time. I'm not taking from him the first years in his life, but he has lost his sauce. He's lost his way. He cannot provide anything for those kids right now. Not even good advice, because he's too busy shoving hatred in them for their mother.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that. I don't want to tell my opinion because I want to get to some others. Thank you again for the super chat. I don't think he's a bad father at all, but he needs to leave her alone. She don't have to communicate with him. Quit trying. We're over it. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. In my opinion, what are your thoughts?
Okay, Diva, I'm going to have an unpopular opinion, okay? And I'm telling you, I'm looking at it from a sister that stays in the Alabama area, okay? So I'm taking it all in consideration. I watched from the very first episode until now because I wanted people to show Alabama in a good light, because a lot of people think we ain't got nothing going on here. Which in Huntsville, they don't got a lot going on there. Okay, it's mainly a college town, and if you want to have you some good drinks and some good food, they good for that. It's not like they ain't got no clubs or nothing like that. They ain't got no whole bunch of nightlife out there. It's really, it's just community based. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of our smaller cities in Alabama. Like, Birmingham is one of the bigger ones. Montgomery has a big one. Gulf Shores has a big one. But Huntsville is more on the lower base of it. But here's the thing, okay? I'm so tired, and this is the thing that I get tired of. I get so tired of people, in order to say Martel was wrong, we got to beat up Melody up. In my opinion, okay, Melody has played into this situation a lot too. You can't, this is the thing, you can't torture somebody and then say, oh, I want him to leave me alone. You can't do that. You can't go backwards and forward with somebody that you feel like is inequipped to understand what you're going through. Like, I wouldn't be having long conversations and saying, yeah, I'm going to pray with you if I really don't mean it. Okay, I'm too grown to play games with you. You see what I'm saying? I got kids I got to take care of. I got kids that I got to make straight. But in the very first season, she said, Martel is a good dad. He cooks, he cleans, he even does their hair. Okay? We can't take the little bit pieces that we see and then these interviews that they're doing, because nobody's going to tell you the dirt that they're doing. It's just not going to happen. She's not going to tell you what she's doing in the relationship, just like Martel's not going to tell you the dirt he's doing. They both need therapy. And their kids don't need to see this happening on a national TV platform. Like, I need both of them to look at what they're doing to their kids, because we can comment all day long, but their kids is going to grow up and this is going to be something that their kids is going to see constantly. Their kids is at an age where they take in information too. They can click on YouTube just like we can. And if you think they ain't gonna get into one of these chats one day and hear what they're saying about their mom or their dad, and it's gonna hurt them regardless because they don't see the stuff that we see. All they see is this is my mom and this is my dad. Like, I get it. Martel has done he's done his worst, okay? And we've seen his worst. Okay. But we cannot keep, this is the thing. If we want somebody to do better, are we gonna keep on saying, oh, you so bad of a man that you can't be redeemed, or you this and you that? Like, when is it a time where we gonna say, hey, brother, if you handled your business this way, you might come off better? Instead of just keep clowning and dissing him. Like, I'm telling you, here in Alabama, it's hard being black here. Okay, you biased because you're black. Like, this is still a Republican state. Like, these people still want to keep us on our backs here. Like, we fight for everything we need here. Like, if we ain't at them polls, we ain't getting nothing done. If we ain't talking to our mayors, congressmen, everything, we ain't getting nothing done. So it's amazing to see what they've done so far with what they got. And let me tell you something. The stuff that y'all see about Tisha came from Bessemer. Bessemer ain't one of them towns. It's really low of the low. Okay. So to see where she's came from, yes, I'm proud of her. Okay. Yeah, they kind of ghetto and stuff. Y'all see her mom. They just showing where they came from. Everybody's not gonna grow up the same way. If you ain't never seen a hood, like, she came out the projects, okay? If you ain't never seen nothing better, nobody never taught you nothing better, then all you know is what you're around. Like, we have to stop being so judgmental and thinking that, hey, whatever we seeing is all the whole story. Like, it's not. We're getting bits and pieces that they're cutting up, chopping and screwing for our entertainment.
No, that's facts.
I'm just saying, like, let's start trying to build people up. Like, I don't have to tell Martel down to be a Mel up, and the same vice versa. Like, you don't have to tell Mel down to be a Martel up. Like, I'm just saying, let's instead of doing what we saying about how mean and hateful these people are, let's see how we can change their situation, how we can put something in their life that maybe they'll see life differently. Like, bruh, you ain't coming off like a genuine guy on this TV screen. Like, you're not coming off as a genuine father on this TV screen. You're not showing yourself as a real man on this TV screen. You may be saying you're a real man, but that's not what we're seeing. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I hear you. So, so I hear what you're saying, right? But the thing is, when we watch these shows, we gotta take what we seeing, right? We gotta take what we seeing, and we give our opinion on what we're seeing, but it's hard to do the remix on what we're seeing, right? They giving us what we see in some way, shape, or form. No matter how they chop it up, it is stuff that they gave us. But I'm gonna come back to, let me say your name for me. Is it Laurel?
L'Oreal.
Say it again.
L'Oreal.
L'Oreal.
Yeah,
how you doing?
Yeah. I'm doing all right.
Okay, what's your thoughts?
I think we're getting to see the true Martel so far. I think in the past we've seen bits and pieces. Like you said, we always gonna see bits and pieces, but I don't feel like they're shielding it to spin any narrative to go. Right now, he just looks sorry and weak.
Okay.
He looks very weak, very lame. Like he following this lady around like a puppy. Why does it matter to you? And both of them show a lot of immaturity. I know we haven't gotten to the point where she don't let him come to the baby birthday party. I don't know how he's harassing her in real life or to that extent. Because at some point, I agree with what Nell said. And at some point, Nell kind of was harsh with the way she said it. But you're going to have to deal with this man for the rest of your life.
That part.
Coming to a baby birthday party, it's the baby birthday party. We shared this child, you know.
Yes, 100%.
I thought that was real petty, but I guess we'll see that coming up on another segment of the show. I think they're gonna film that because she says, do I need to have you escorted out or something or whatever?
Yeah.
Look, now that's a little real petty. So
yes.
I think they both to blame at some points in time, you know.
100%. So like I said, anybody that's going through a breakup, y'all breaking up for a reason. It's going to be some rough patches, but someone one of the adults is going to have to take the hit for the greater good of the child. I promise you it will. And so I went through it. And at one point I just said, you know what? I'm gonna take the hit, not because I didn't want to stick it to the person, not because it didn't piss me off, but I took the hit for the greater good of my kid. So sometimes you have to get out your own feelings, and you have to know that what that person is doing wrong, and they're gonna get it. It's gonna come back to them. When Mel was with the scene, and I want to get to that scene, right? When Mel was talking to Nell, and she said that, you know what, he's telling everybody like I'm some whore, I'm some this, he's bad mouthing me to everybody. I've been there, done that. They was on a smear campaign about me, and I'm like, what's really good? Like, are you serious right now? And I could have went in that same energy, but you know what? I fell back because I also said to myself, it don't matter what I tell these people, they're gonna believe what he's saying anyway. So it is what it is. Why should I use my energy that way? I fell back, but I only fell back not because I'm some good person, all that. I fell back for the greater good of my kid. And every time my kid was supposed to see the dad, he saw the dad. And that was a point blank in a period. And I went through very similar stuff like Mel. But you know what? If you don't keep putting fuel in the fire, it will burn out. Now, how long it takes to burn out, you got to hold out. Because it may take a long time to burn out. But you got to hold out and let it burn out for the greater good of your kids. But before, let me just throw these other scenes in there so we could talk about them, right? Kimmi and Maurice. You know what? I'm going to shorten it out. Maurice is a piece of work. And I appreciate him because he dialed back a little bit since her diagnosis, but he's still an arrogant piece of work. Those Scott brothers are a mess. And that's what I'm going to say about that scene. Now, when Martel had his scene with Chris Fletcher and Nell, and they want Nell and Chris Fletcher to stay in our face. They want them to stay in our face. So I guess we got to kind of get used to them. Okay, so they want them to stay in our face. And so, you know, they had a good conversation with Martel. And Martel, yet again, let you know that he still wants Melanie back. He pretty much said, I'm playing with Sheree. I ain't really having no relationship with nobody until I find out who the one is. Okay, so, you know, and they said, well, we met Sheree. He like, yeah, but, you know, she ain't the one. And he said, I'm going to propose this year. And I'm like, well, to who? How you know you proposing this year? To who? Martel misses marriage. He misses that life. And I know a lot of us want to say he just misses Mel money. I think he truly misses the married life. And there's a lot of men out there who they thought the grass was greener on the other side. Then when they got on the other side, they was like, oops, I wish I can go back. Now, will many of them admit it? Probably not. But at least I'll give this to Martel. He's admitting it. Like, I want to go back. He straight up said it 1,000 times. I want to go back. But now he caught Melody in her moment where she had enough. Okay. So that was Martel. Then Tisa tries to talk her cousin into coming to her real estate company, Courtney. And Courtney's like, the only way that I'm going to come to that company is if you make up with Keke. Okay. So they stuffing Keke in our face. The whole Scott family, they just bringing them in. So fine. Now we got Courtney and we got Keke. Then we got Melanie Cherie talking to Nell. And Nell gave her the facts. For the rest of your natural life, you got to deal with Martel because he is the father of your kids. And you will do your kids a disservice if you can at least be an adult and figure out some way to be cordial with the person that you laid down and had a kid with. Listen, at the end of the day, you chose him. You chose him. And not only did you choose him, you chose to have not one, not two, not three, but 4 kids with him. And let's be clear.
4.
And don't think I don't like Mel. I like her. But you also chose to have another one after you already truly knew about the side chick. So you got to own your stuff in the situation. If we got to help somebody out there, if we help one person out there, let's help the one person. We got to lay the facts and let the facts be the facts. And I'm coming to all of y'all. But y'all got to let the facts be the facts. After she clearly knew about the other chick, for sure, she got a baby. So my thing is, if you can do that, then what you got to do and what you should do for the betterment of your whole family, your 4 kids, is figure out how you can make this thing work with him. And I'm talking about work. I'm talking about on a co-parenting level. All right. It's going to help the kids too. It's going to help the kids know how they're going to communicate when they get in relationship with somebody. But let's continue. Now, that was Melody Cherie. And Melody said, you know what? He's taking me to court over these babysitters and this and that and that. Now, I will say this. I'm going to go both sides of the coin with this. I get it, right? If your ex is in town and it is your week or your weekend and you got stuff to do, why not say to the ex, just go ahead, you watch it, can you take the kids, because I gotta go, at least they'll be with their daddy. But I know why she's saying no, right? Because what happens is when y'all are not at a good space yet, that other person will use that against you, and they'll start saying, see, every week that's supposed to be hers, the kids are with me anyway. So I get it, because I'm telling you, I done been there, done that. So that's why you gotta, it's hard to, of course you will want, who wouldn't? If I could choose from a babysitter or my kid's dad, I'm gonna choose the dad, right? But I can't choose the dad if he's being an a-hole and he's gonna go to court and say that I don't never have the kids because the kids are always with him. So that's the sticky place that she's in, right? So I get it. And so she said, he dogged her as a mom. He dogged her as a female. He went on smear campaigns about her, okay? So, and she said the trust is gone. And I get it. I get how the trust is gone, right? And then she said, who would want to live a life? Now, I want to tell you, this is the saddest part for me ever. And this is where I cried a lot and I had to get over it. The saddest part ever in life is when your kid is with you every day of your life. Like you get to kiss your kid at night, see your kid in the morning, this, that, and the other. And then you break up and now you get to see your kid every other week or every other weekend or whatever. And then you also have to refrain from trying to call them so much, because then the other one want to accuse you of you invading on their time with the kid. It's a mess. It's not easy. It's not easy. But I will say this, it is very sad, because I don't know any mom or any parent who doesn't want to be with their kid and see their kid wake up and go to sleep every night. It's a lot. And yes, and somebody said, stop questioning kids. You know what? And unfortunately, I will tell you this. That is another nasty, filthy, dirty part about a breakup. They ask the kids all your business. It's messy. I'm not saying it's not messy. I'm just saying that as adults, the kids can't do nothing about this situation. And that's why it's an adult that has to man up and say, you know what? I'm going to take the hit for my kid. Now, Sandy, thank you for the super chat. Now, have your own birthday party. Call me petty. I ain't sharing my space with nobody who wants to destroy me. See, that's the other thing too. I know I get that, right? But let me help somebody out there that may go through this in the future. You know why you throw one party? Because you're saving the kid. You're saving the kid. Everything is about the kid. And if you're in a public space, if the party ain't in your house and you're in a public space, you know what? Let him stand where he's stand and do what he do. Okay, especially if you got your uncles and your brothers or whoever's there, there ain't nothing gonna happen to you. But for the sake of the kid, as long as you can get to a common ground, let the dad be there. This 2-party thing, it turns out to be just too much. It's messing with the kid's mental. I'm just saying that. This is just me. Now, let me just say this. At the end, Keke and LaTisha talk. That whole talk, it was what it was. It was what it was. You hurt me, I hurt you. I didn't mean to hurt you, but you did hurt me. And then this is what's wild about LaTisha. Did you catch what she said in the end? Now, you don't want me to tell everybody about you and your husband. Now, how you sitting there going to say that, you know what, you trying to get better, do better, right? But then you're gonna tell her you keep tread lightly. That was her way of saying tread lightly, boo. Tread lightly, because I'll sit on this screen and tell everybody about the real deal between you and your husband. Now, you done stole the fact that you went to school because I told you about the scholarship. So you live in my life, and I'm a little salty. But now you're gonna sit here and want to tell everybody about my husband. Don't do that, because we're gonna tear this whole screen up. But anyway, that's every scene. I'm gonna go around, but I'll start at the top this time. RT Robin, what are your thoughts?
Okay, I think that we're now at the produce moment of the show. That whole Keke's cousin, she wants to bring to her brokerage, I thought was fake, phony, and fraud. I just want you I'll do it if you make up with Keke. That was ridiculous. Also, the young lady apparently is already in some high-end real estate business. Why would she leave where she is to come to a startup, if you will? What kind of business does she already have on the books, and what's pending that she might lose her coins over? That's that. And I just want to go on record and remind you, I don't remember exactly when, but I did on your live stream once assert, predict, and proclaim that the Scots, either production or the Scots themselves, were angling to be the anchor characters for this reality show.
You did.
Okay.
You certainly did.
That's all I got to say there.
Thank you. All right, Julius, what are your thoughts?
It is, growing pains. One chapter ends, another begins.
Yeah.
And navigating the murky water of the growing pains.
That part. So, Julius, talk to the people. I'm sitting up now. Go ahead.
I say that because you know what? I'm thinking about one of Tyler Perry's plays and how he was in character as Medea. And Medea says she looks at everybody as a tree. Some people who are leaves, they tether, they break off the tree and everything else, whatever else, very easily. You got to watch out for them branches. Because them branches will say, oh, yes, I'm with you. And then they break off too. If you have a few roots at the bottom of that tree, you good. And so it's like some of the characters, their trees have to regrow again. That's for the growing pains. That's my thoughts.
Thank you. I like that. Growing pains in the murky waters. Come on, Julius. Give the people some stuff to chew on, okay? You got to get through the growing pains in the murky waters, and then on the other side, there will be some sunshine, okay? Now, how much sunshine
and roses?
That part. It may be 10 dozen roses, but hey. Auntie Natty, what do you think? What are your thoughts on those scenes?
Okay, the scene with Maurice and Kimmi. Maurice should have been down there cooking those meals and putting them together to have when she come back from surgery instead of laying up in that bed. She was going to have surgery, not him. Maurice is still she should have left him on his sister-in-law's couch where she found him. But I have a question. Why wasn't Jalen at her celebration?
That's true, right?
Jalen wasn't there.
Because it's reality TV.
Yeah.
The Scots made sure he was at black because they ain't never there until the cameras come in. And if I was Keke, I would tell her like Baby Shark T told her. Tell it. And I tell everything else I know. Because I bet you just like Big Tongue knows something on her husband, she knows some more on Baby Shark T. And for her, that Courtney, I ain't never heard of before. But one thing about it, they all look alike. That must be on Wonder's side.
Woo!
They made sure to bring up Show Enough Wonder, even though she ain't on the show.
They sure
They made sure to bring that up. What brokerage firm? That girl, if you notice in the preview, he didn't hire somebody, they diploma on the wall, and her degree ain't even on the wall. And her
the Scots.
Get out of here.
The Scots.
The snot.
Yes.
Aunt Nettie, can I ask real quickly? You just made me think about the fact that I don't remember when, but I saw Kimmi and Maurice interviewed with Rashid and Simone on Age and Stages over a year ago, well, almost 2 years ago now, and that's when Kimmi revealed that she opened a brokerage. And I'm wondering if it's that monkey see monkey. What is it called? Copycats.
That's all Thick Tongue do. They gonna get sued for that. You know they was in court for him trying to steal somebody's land like Bishop Bling Bling, Bishop Limo. Thick Tongue was just in court. And yes, I got nicknames for all of them.
Yeah,
it says you listen. The show was tired. You Scots got to chill. They need to chill.
They need to chill.
You are correct. Maurice should have been cooking that food.
Maurice, and I know it's got to come up, but when that Kawasaki said you couldn't discipline my child, if you in my house eating my food up under my roof, I'm buying your clothes. I'm getting you to school and back because Maurice don't do nothing with Monster. Kimmi do it all. She not gonna whoop him because he a teenager. The most she gonna do is take his gaming system away from him. If I can't discipline him, honey, you come get him and take him back home with you. Maurice is always putting her in predicaments that she shouldn't be in.
Facts.
And no, snots have no business at all, and they never gonna build out there on Plymouth Rock. Because somebody did some research, and the city is something with that land. The city is not gonna let nobody build out there. Every time you go out there, they busting on that same rock.
I cannot with you. You said they're not going to ever build out there on Plymouth Rock.
They ain't gonna never build out there on Plymouth Rock. Now she may have put up the money, got the loan by her being a black female for a brokerage, but Baby Shark T gonna take it over. She sit there and cry because that man put his degree up on the wall, and she said he won't even let her put hers up there. So how's it your business?
Listen,
what I want her to do is to get a backbone. I don't care. Everybody know he done cheated. I don't care no more. I want her to stop being naive. Stop saying everybody trying to destroy her marriage and get a backbone. Her own son gonna tell his daddy next week he don't like the way he talked to his mama.
He sure is.
So
he actually told his mom, I wouldn't want nobody talking to me like that.
He said I wouldn't talk to my wife or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this child sees how this man disrespects you, but you brag on a 16-year marriage full of disrespect. I want her to get a backbone, get some self-esteem. She is a beautiful woman.
She is.
She has low self-esteem. She left a controlling mama and went to a controlling man.
Facts.
I want her to get some backbone. She could do great things I'm about her like I am about Rocky and Tasha. If they shake them off their feet, they can make things happen.
Well, Tasha got a little more amends to make, okay?
Oh yeah, she got
to pay some bills first, and then we're going to get
a whole lot of bills. I heard.
I want her to stop talking about that non-existent brokerage, because she said in an interview that she don't do nothing with that real estate or with scope while they filming, because filming drained her and she's not able to work those businesses while you filming. So what kind of business are you running? You don't sell real estate while you filming. Y'all don't do construction while you filming. Make you go, what kind of business is that? They need to go back and take business. Well, she got all them degrees. She need to go back and take business 101 again. You never leave your business unattended for months on end. Pretty soon you won't have one.
Oh my God, I cannot. Nadine, what are your thoughts?
Ooh, child.
Plymouth Rock wore me out.
Yes.
Ooh, child. And I'm in Massachusetts. Oh man.
Listen, I'm in Springfield, Massachusetts, and listen, that made me laugh.
Okay, when she said Plymouth Rock, I said, "Oh God." But I agree with her. You know, I agree with her.
Hold on, LaDon. I'm coming to you next. Go ahead, LaDon.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I was when Mel was sitting down with I can't think of her name. Nell, and she told Mel that y'all gonna be in each other's life for the rest of y'all lives. I mean, she spoke facts to her, and it's just like Mel didn't want to see that. She didn't want to accept that, but it's true. For the rest of their lives, they're gonna have graduations, weddings, grandchildren, and they're going to be around each other. The worst thing in the world, and you spoke a word, Diva, when you spoke. The worst thing in the world is to have two immature parents acting worse than the children.
Come on now.
And that's what both of them are. Mm-hmm. Both of them are immature and they're acting worse. Their attitudes are horrible, worse than the children. A child wants to see, I don't care how long the parents have been separated or divorced. If a child sees their parents working together, it benefits the child. If two immature people can't put their immaturity and stupidity and I want to be right, I want to be in charge aside to have a birthday party for their child, there's a problem with both of them. I don't care how much me and my ex got into it. We still came together to have our daughter's birthday party. We still came together to go out to eat, to show her we are on team her.
That part.
We argued in the background, argued like cats and dogs.
Come on now.
Message, cussing each other out, calling, cussing each other out. But we did not do that in front of her.
Holla.
And Mel talks about Martel to those kids, and Martel talks about Mel to those kids. Both of them do it because the kids know too much. They know too much of what's going on. Mm-hmm. They just supposed to know they have two happy houses they can go to. That's it. That's it. But both of them are so immature. And once they can put their pettiness aside and say, listen, we not going to work out, or if we do, or blah, 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 put the kids first. They're not putting the kids first at all.
No. Amen.
I went through that, but we never did it in front of our daughter. Ever. Mm-hmm. It is inconsistent of trying to raise a good human being. The only thing they're going to know is fussing and fighting.
That part.
Arguing. That's what's right about life. Yeah. And then we need to be mindful that we always talk about Black men needs to be in their children's lives. But this Black man ain't good enough.
I mean, speak to the people. Speak to the people.
The Black daddies ain't raising their children. The Black daddies ain't seen their child in 36 weeks. The Black daddies ain't nothing. But this Black daddy, he is full of BS, but he wants to see his children.
But she's not stopping him from seeing his children.
But she did keep them away from him for those weeks.
The courts made her.
Well, you know what? There's a lot. All I can say is this. There's a lot, and I don't want us to get stuck on debating on details. There's a lot of details that we may not have 100%. Sandy, thank you for the super chat. I agree, but have to get to that point. They are not ready. That is a fact. You do have to get to that point. But you know what I'm saying, though, is so anybody out there that's going through it, you have to decide. You can never change another person. You can only change yourself. So you have to decide to, you know what, I'm going to bow down. This is one fight that I ain't going to fight. And I'm not going to fight it for the love of my kid. I'm going to bow down. I'm going to back down. Why? Because I want my kid to be healthy. I don't want my kid to go through this with us. We're going through it and it's hard enough. I don't want my kid to
Diva,
go.
are you serious right now? Are you serious?
It's my turn. Wait, Royal.
Okay. So
I got you, Royal. I promise.
Okay, go ahead, Ladai. Go ahead.
I got you, brother.
Please.
I agree. First, Diva, you know a little bit of my story. My mother was on drugs, father, whatever. My mother died of AIDS, whatever. My grandmother raised me. Right. She never talked bad about my mother or my father. So that's not what I'm about. My grandmother never took them to court for child support. She never, when my mother came, I don't care if she was gone a month. The day she called and said, I'm coming to pick up LaDawn, my grandmother said, get your clothes on, get ready, your mama coming. Mm-hmm. So that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm not saying that he don't have a right to be in his kid's life. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is, first of all, stability is very important in a child's life.
Yes.
And 1 week on and 1 week off is not good. It's not good. It's not consistent. It's not good because they are two different people. They live two different ways. And it's not good right now. It's not good for me. Another thing, I'm not saying that Martel don't have a right to see his kids. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. He has a right to visitation. Should he be the custodial parent? Absolutely not. And as far as birthday parties and stuff, let me tell you, I got mad at my grandmother one day because when I broke up with my daughter's father, there was a present for him under the Christmas tree. And I done moved on, had a new man, everything. I was like, why is there a present for him? She was like, just because y'all lay together, he's still part of the family. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My two grandfathers, my step grandfather and my real grandfather are friends. They borrow money from each other. We go to family functions together. They're 80 and something years old. My step grandfather played a big part in my uncle and aunt's lives. My real grandfather they respect each other's position and all that. And my real grandfather, it wasn't a good relationship with my grandmother. He was abusive. But my grandmother didn't say, oh, because you did this, you can't be around the kids. That wasn't the thing. And my grandfather was on drugs and in and out of jail. But we still went around his family. And when he got out of jail, we were sent to his house to visit. So I get working with people and taking one for the team. But we got to be real. There are good and bad in this world. There is evil. And sometimes people ain't ready for that. You can bend over backwards. You can try to give them everything they want. Mm-hmm. And if they don't like it, they're going to make it even harder. He's the one that started this court case. Mm-hmm. He's the one that started this court case, and now she's finishing it. I'm not saying that she didn't handle some things wrong. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is they're in court because of him. He initiated it. Because he wanted full... I get backing up for a person. Uh-huh. But when they're asking for unreasonable things, is it healthy to cater to a person who's asking for unhealthy things? Some people are ready.
Let me throw this in the conversation. You're not catering to them, though, although it may seem like you are. You're doing the greater good for the kid.
So you know how some of these, like I be seeing these news clippings of stepfathers killing kids or vice versa, or real fathers killing their kids and stuff like that. When you have a man who is unstable because he's not ready to let his marriage go because he misses something, because he made a big mistake. Okay, we all have. I've been to jail. I made mistakes. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? My kids wasn't with me when I was in jail. You understand? So I know you deserve a second chance, but I still had to go through a process first. I had to work my way back in my kid's life. And I had to go through therapy, things to make me better so I don't make the same mistakes. So I wasn't a rocky road for them. I was consistent when I came back. You know what I mean? He has not only exploded, like with the reunion, the issue wasn't with her. The issue was with somebody else he exploded on. So it's not really healthy for Martel to have so much on his shoulder right now because he's so fragile and his go-to is to explode. How can you invite somebody to a birthday party who shows out? You brought him on a vacation. And he took your secret and told this. How can you put your guard down with a person who is still, after you visit with him or invite him in your space, he takes your goods and go out to the world and tell it, and then they use it against you? How can you let your guard down? Oh, for the kids. For the kids. Okay,
so LaDon, let me throw this in there. Sandy, thank you for the super chat. I truly appreciate it. She said, "Come on, warrior. Let me say this, right? You know what a therapist told me one time? He said, you chose him."
That's it. That's it.
You chose him. Yep, she did.
Boom.
She did.
Come on, LaDon. So that man got
chose him. She chose him, and that's why she knows how to deal with him.
Leo trying to get
she chose him, and that's why she know how she has to deal with him. A narcissist, you gotta.
But let me finish though, right? This man got me all the way together. He said you chose him, and then after you chose him, you laid down with him. He said, then after that, you had his baby. So now you can't choose, once this child is here, not to find some way to deal with the other half of your child. So I'm not talking about anything crazy here. I'm not saying that somebody knows that the person is totally crazy, out of control, abusive, this, that, and the other. I'm not saying that situation here. A lot of this situation really has to deal with the personality of the person, and y'all two are the ones that fell out. This is more about Mel and Martel than it is really about the kids. Now, is he using the kids? 100%?
Yes. So how is she supposed to?
He is using the kids. But my thing is, they both have their piece in this pie. He's hurt right now. And so Melody knows this, right?
I ain't kissing nobody's butt. I don't care about you being hurt. I'm hurt too. I don't care about you being hurt. Okay. I'm hurt too. I ain't kissing your butt. You are wrong. I'm catering to your ego. I'm not doing
well, what about the one thing I don't think none of y'all is taking it. The one thing I don't think none of y'all is taking in consideration here is Alabama court law lays heavily with the woman. So if they gave this man 50-50 custody, that means she didn't show no proof that this man was none of these things that we're hearing on his TV. Because if it was the case, she would have had full custody. He would have had supervised custody.
He wanted joint custody when they got divorced.
That's what I'm saying. He
wanted it. She tried.
Listen. In order, if she wanted full custody, if she's saying all this happened, she could have had it here.
She didn't want it. She wanted to give him a chance. She tried to do it, the joint custody.
But that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, though. Hold on. You cut me off, though. I'm trying to tell you. This is what I'm saying. You choose to go the joint custody route, then for your kids' safety, for your kids' sake, okay? Because nobody wants to raise their kids in a toxic environment. So both of them gonna have to get to a point where they say, it's not for me. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for these 4 babies that need us. And if I don't care if y'all got to go to mediation, to counseling, whatever the case is. And let me tell you something. All this stuff about the judge said that he couldn't be around his kids. If that was the case, they would have took into consideration that he has partial custody too, and then they would have revoked that. And he would have had to work his way back. And I'm telling you this because I know it, because my sister was married to an abusive man, and when he got out of pocket, they took the kids. He had joint custody as well. But when he got into a bar fight, now he didn't have nothing to do with the kids. He got into a bar fight. That judge found out that he had partial custody of his kids. They took him back and said, you got to do supervised for 6 months first to make sure you don't harm these kids. The one thing Alabama don't play about is the children. They usually side with the mama, and if that dad slips up in any kind of way, they quick to snatch your rights.
He keep changing attorneys, though. In my opinion, he keep dragging this out.
It
He
don't
wouldn't
matter if
bring
you
you no
change attorney. Let me tell you
paperwork.
something. It don't matter if you change attorneys here. You better check on Alabama law. It don't matter if you change attorneys here. They don't care. They ain't gonna. Let me tell you something. They not gonna put away their decision. It is what it is. If you commit a crime here, if it's a felony, if you're getting any kind of abusive things, and it's on put on the record, and you have partial custody of your kids, you run the rate of losing custody or having to have a counselor there when you see your kids. An hour, 2 times a week, I think it is here. An hour, two times a week, supervised.
Okay. We got it. We got a little bit off the track. Savannah, you're in the building. What are your thoughts on this situation? Bring this train.
Leo been in the building before Savannah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am Leo. Go ahead. Yes, Leo, go ahead. I'm sorry. Okay. They got me off track here, and I'm like, go ahead.
I know. And I totally agree with, in my opinion, and the Dawn. That's what made me like chime in. I am so, because look, as a child from parents that were definitely flawed, even though they've been together now like 52 years, it was a whole lot of stuff that went on. But the kids don't have to see all of that. And Melanie and Martel really need to get some counseling and some guidance to help them understand that it's about the kids. Because I guarantee you, if you ask the kids, they love the parents equally, despite all the flaws. They love their mama and their daddy equally, despite all the flaws and the things that they went through. And I really am here for it. Like in my opinion, she is always on point. She always gather everybody together. She
didn't gather me, baby.
Me neither.
Okay.
She didn't gather me.
Okay. All right. I fall back.
But respect her opinion. Respect her opinion. I totally respect her opinion, but I ain't swayed.
Well.
I ain't swayed, though.
But you know what, though? It's not just about the relationship between those two people. It is not. We can go back and forth. Hold on. We can go back and forth about their relationship and the wrongs that was done to both of them. But from what I can gather from Martel, he ain't busting a grape in a fruit fight. He is not that dude. As long as I don't see there's any charges of him assaulting those children or being physical or verbally or manipulative, abusive to these children, I do not see a reason why he cannot be there for those kids. Mm-hmm. What he did to Melody is just not the point. What she did to him, it is just not the point. People get in relationships and the relationships is effed up. That don't have anything to do with the parenting. As long as he's not molesting, the M, the R, or the DV to these kids, it's not the point. The point is to create healthy children. And if their relationship is toxic and they are no longer together, that is for the benefit of those kids. That is for the benefit of those kids. So miss me with all the effed up stuff he did to Melanie and all the things that he did. Miss me. That is not the point.
But I think where Martel starts losing some of the audience is when he starts questioning the kids of what is your mom doing, or, what's going on at your mom's household. And I'm not a Melanie fan. I'm actually not a fan of the show. I started watching the show because I did want to see Black power couples making a difference in Huntsville, because I did see Huntsville growing and the things that they are doing in that community. But then it turned into a regular reality show. And so I stopped watching this show. But I do not enjoy how Mel and Martel play on each other and continue to have this toxic back and forth and constantly have this negativity that does affect the children and the show. and the ratings, because they're not even getting 300,000 to 400,000 viewers a week. They're I'm surprised that the show is getting this much banter this week, this much talk. But what I think that's where Martel is losing most of the audience, is because he is constantly questioning the children on what's going on in Mel's life. But Mel is not innocent either. And I'm not a Melanie fan, because she does throw her rock and then hide her hands all the time.
Thank you, Savannah. Thank you for coming through. And listen, thank you for becoming a member. Listen, Sandy, thank you for the super chat. She's trying to keep it just about the kids. He's making it about them. Somebody needs to tell Martel that. You know what? I can't even try to, help y'all understand my point any clearer. Maybe I'll try again next week, but y'all are just not connecting with me tonight. But Roy, you want to say something? What do you want to say?
Yeah, I got a lot to say because
oh my.
I'm confused on how this conversation even came about custody, because we weren't talking about whether or not,
Go ahead, I'm just grabbing.
He needs to see the children or not. The understanding of my issue was, okay, he got upset because he couldn't walk her to the car. I have a right to say no to whomever I want to say walking me to the car, number one. Number two, we wouldn't even be in this situation, having this conversation, had you kept your thing in your pants in the first place. So it's confusion to me on how we can place place blame on someone, and not to say that Mel is innocent at all, because everybody has a part to play. But if Martel wouldn't have been doing what he was supposed to be doing as the man of the house, he's the man of the house. He's supposed to be covering the family. He's supposed to be protecting the family. But you was out here doing what you was doing on the side. And then yet and still you keep saying, I want Mel. I want to get back with Mel. I want to be with Mel. But you're still fooling with coleslaw. You out here with Sheree, but then when the people ask you about Sheree and how you feel about Sheree, you can't give a straight answer on how you feel about Sheree and what you're doing with Sheree. But then you want to come over here and be in my face and be with me and get back with me. Mm-hmm. But you still fooling with Sheree. And you in therapy, but you're not changing none of the work that you're going to therapy for. I'm confused. Y'all just as delusional as he is, because y'all laying up. I'm just stuck on. He can see the children. I'm perfectly fine with that. I have no issue with that. My problem is, why does he have to continually to harass her? He did her a favor. She did him a favor and invited him on the family trip. And what did he do? Brought Tisha and her husband to the party. You're invading my space. I invited you and your mama, not for you to bring somebody else into the picture. But Mel's the problem.
Yes.
Just keep slapping me down.
I let you have half custody. We went in this half custody because I'm sure she could have got full custody of those kids if she really wanted it. Let's be real about it. Like y'all said, the court be quick to give mama full custody. So let's be real. She could have got full custody. But guess what? Yeah. She was nice and got half custody.
You're right. You're right.
Still, not satisfied. I'm still taking you to court. Why? Because I won't follow by your rules. So I was in the marriage and I allowed you to control me for 15 plus years. And now I get out of the marriage and you still want me to have control of me? Make it make sense, somebody. Make it make sense.
Can I say something, please?
Well, I
can't harass you and do all this stalking you, but you invite me on vacation. Either
this was
it's
after the vacation. That's why she stopped it.
An opportunity
even it's harassment.
She's been giving him opportunities, right, Don?
All the time.
The harassment came after the vacation. He just sent flowers last week.
It was before the vacation, and he started to act like he had some sense. And then she invited him to the vacation, and you violated my privacy.
But we all
that you know.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning.
So
let's go back to the beginning.
The vacation. He was doing the same thing prior to the vacation. He was all up in her business. He was doing those things prior to the vacation.
100%. Come on.
So then you invite this man that's harassing me. that's showing up at my door, that's making me change my number 5,000-6,000 times, that made me get a burner phone. I can't call him. I only text and email him, but you're welcome to come on my vacation.
So then if she wouldn't invite you,
that does not add up.
Diva said that's what they're supposed to do. But Diva said that's what she was supposed to do.
Exactly.
Pick a side and stay on it.
But Diva said that's what she's supposed to do for the kids, right?
The train
Diva, check it up. Let them come on a vacation. Let them come.
I'm agreeing
Hey,
with Diva.
okay.
I agree
So
with
here's the-
Diva.
Hold on one second. Well, hold on one second, guys.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna come because we about to close this thing out because the train has definitely derailed. I'm gonna go from the bottom up. We closing this thing out because we gotta agree to disagree tonight. But I will say this: the Don is dropping some facts that all of y'all want to just toss out in the
Ignore.
Ignore. Thank you, the Don.
You are tripping tonight. You really tripping tonight. You're tripping.
No, you want to know why? Because do you remember the scene where she was pissed because Martel showed up at her date? She was on a date with somebody and he showed up. Do y'all not remember that scene?
Harassment, stalking, harassment, stalking.
What I'm saying is, yes, but boy, yeah, that happened before she invited him on vacation.
But he kept saying, give him a chance. He's changing.
Give him a chance. Y'all keep saying, give him a chance. And every time we give him a chance, he's a violation. Child, y'all something else. Y'all are really something else tonight.
They put the train in reverse. Listen,
Yeah.
you ever heard?
Y'all put the train in reverse. Diva, you're tripping tonight. You are tripping.
Royer, take it to your corner, Royer.
I am. Because I'm going to talk about Diva tonight.
Okay, listen.
Take it to your corner, baby.
Where you gonna be, Royale? Because I'm coming with you.
Listen, okay, we about to go around and close this thing now. I'm going from the bottom. I'm coming up. I'm going to everybody. I just want to say this. Y'all heard this. Thank you for the super chat. So she tired. What's the problem? Diva said that she's supposed to work together. See, y'all, you see how they twisted it up, Dadon? We lost tonight, Dadon. We lost. Good.
But in my opinion, was on point tonight. You know, I got to give it to her.
Well, no, I was trying to bring it. I was trying to bring it all the way back. I was trying to bring it all the way back to the beginning because here's the thing: before y'all even got this show, y'all got into an argument about him cheating on you. So that was before you even got divorced, and you decided to, okay, we're gonna get on this TV, even though he cheated. And you got on here knowing that he cheated on you, and then you had another baby by him.
It don't give you a right to treat people like that.
It don't give you a
just
right.
because a person's nice don't mean
it don't give you a right. It don't give you a right.
But a man
can only
skirt, so you should have got attacked.
Hold on. A man can only do what you let him do to you.
And that's why she ain't letting it no more.
Hold on one second. Hold on. Yes, thank you, Auntie Robin. Listen, hold on. Because a lot of people, they're jumping off my train and they want to get on Royer's train. And that's fine. He's about to put his channel in the chat. Whatever. Get off the train, people. Get off the train. Because listen, some of y'all jumped the train anyway. Some of y'all didn't even hit the like button. So whatever.
Put it in there,
before you jump the train, make sure you hit the like button. And make sure you hit the subscribe button in this building. Do not leave here without hitting the like button and the subscribe button.
Let them go. Let them go, Roy. Let them go.
They love you, Diva. They love you. Stop it. You know we ain't going nowhere.
I don't care what to say.
Have closing statements.
Okay, listen. Thank you, Robin. Shan will close it out. Oh, wait. Savannah said she get off the train. We love you. Oh, good God. All right.
Oh my God.
Let's do this. Let's do it like this. Because if that train goes off the tracks, pick it up.
Okay, I'll sum up this whole thing because y'all, I didn't.
Shan, hold on one second. Nina, thank you so much for the super chat. Most people don't realize how toxic and cruel they are until what they done to others get done to them, or they lose it all. Hold the mirror to Martel. You know what they done? They slamming us tonight. They are shaking us on this train. But you know what? Are you still holding on, Dadon? Because I am. You still holding on?
I'm yet holding on.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Because they slamming us.
We'll
They
come pick y'all up once y'all train finally break down. We'll come pick y'all up.
Can I say one thing
Go ahead,
before y'all go?
No, wait, hold on.
Shan,
wait, hold on, Auntie Robin. Shan, go ahead. Then Auntie Robin, I'll come to you. Shan, we're closing now. What's your final words?
I love y'all because I've driven like 45 minutes away and 45 minutes back, and y'all can help me. I might have been speeding too because I was on the phone with y'all in the car. So now I'm back home. So I was in public and I had my rant in the car, but I had to get out the car, so I had to get off. But I'm back. And I'll close out with saying, the Don, I love you. You are the truth. I need you to get in Martel's DMs and help that man. Because if he had an ounce of what you got, they would be great. They have too many children.
Come on now.
For him to be the type of man that he is, if he was half the man that you are, it would be much different. I love I listened to everything you were saying about your co-parenting. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. But I had parents that were worse than Mel and Martel. The only thing they did not do was talk about each other to me, but they didn't have to, because just like those kids, I saw it. So it's no difference to what they say. It's all about what you see and how you feel. And regardless of nothing, as a child, yeah, you want your parents to be together, but some things are better just left alone. They need a mediator. There's no amount of maturity at this moment that will allow for them both to be in the same room. Working together is not a good idea, but I implore you, the Don, to reach out to Mr. Martel Hope and give him some of what you got, brother, because I love that. I love it. That is beautiful. Keep doing what you're doing. Good man. Good man. Good
Come
man.
on, Shan. Came on this train and brought it back on track. You the girl, honey.
She didn't say y'all she was on y'all side. She just said that the Don is giving great advice.
Right. Okay, Royer. Okay.
You want to shake this tray. You want to leave me alone. Like I said, Shan, come on, Shan. Give it up, okay? That's what I'm trying to talk about. I appreciate you. And that's right, everybody. Hashtag the Don. Because really, all jokes aside, sometimes we need men to speak to men and say, yo, bro, I've been there. I've done that. I know how you feeling, but you got to calm down. Robin, you're up. What's your final thoughts?
Thank you. I'd like to start by offering my appreciation to everybody on the panel and in the chat for their perspective and sharing it. Being lively and not disrespectful. I'm very buoyed by that. I appreciate it. I want to just remind us all that this is a reality-based television show. We're only seeing what is presented. When people have signed over to production, their lives, their names, their image, their likeness, to be done with however production wants. So we're seeing whatever we may see may not be their whole truth. Although there is some evidence outside of what we see on the television, which I know has been part of this discussion. My only hope is that we have our emotions, our feelings, we are rational, and we don't become so tribal in our experiences that and our perspectives, that we're closed-minded to what others have to say about what we're all experiencing together. Because the more our eyes and ears are open, it gives a better lubrication to the brain and our thought process. And with that, I'll say good night to everyone and thank you.
Thank you. Jersey Girl 68. You're a Jersey girl. What are you talking about right now? You said the train is still derailed. She only gave the Don a compliment.
That train went off the track and we picked it up. You can get with this or you can get with that.
What are your final words, Leo?
My final words is I'm right there with the Don, and I'm with in my opinion. I mean, I really feel that in this and also with Robin, because we only do see what the production has showed us about this family. And I am of the mindset of, look, it actually, when it comes to the kids and the parents have to be on one accord. They have to be of the mindset of we in this agreement, even though we might can't stand each other. We got to show up as one for the kids. Because let's keep in mind, those kids are growing up and they see the dynamic between their parents, between their mother and their father, and they will use that against them because that's what kids do. And they are the ones that are showing them how to divide and conquer. And that's the thing that they're going to have to deal with in the future. And it's kind of sad because if they don't get it together, I don't know how the courts have not mandated some type of parental mediation between the two of them. And maybe they have. And maybe they are just continuing this argument just for TV. And that will still be sad too because this is all on the internet and the kids is going to see that as well.
Let me just throw this in there. I don't think they're doing it for TV. I think after a while, the cameras, you don't even realize the cameras are really still there. And I think these are raw, real reactions. And I think they're giving truth. And I think that, Martel is trying to get his wife back. Well, his ex-wife back. And she's done. Okay. And she's not having it because, like she said, there's no more trust there. And when you can't trust somebody, what are you going to do with them? Can't do nothing.
But Martel is that dude, though. Martel is that dude. Martel is the person that is not only a narcissist, but he's selfish and he only thinks about himself. And the leeway that he got with Melanie is not in the situation, and he got to live the family life and the single life at the same time. Why would he not want that? He had been cheating. She had been letting him get away with it. So yeah, he want that back. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. And I'm proud of Melanie sticking up for herself, making sure she's not being a part of it. But her heart is still with the father of her children. All women gonna love the father of their children, even if they don't want to be with him. And she's still engaged in the drama with him. It may not be just for the TV. I'm not saying, I said it could be, but it may not be. And that's still the same thing. But I still roll with the Don. How you present yourself for your children is what matters at the end of the day. And the two of them, they need to really get it together for their kids, if anything. Even if it don't show on camera, they need to let it happen, at least behind the scenes. That's all I'm going to leave with.
100%, I agree. Derby Diva, you are correct. A whole baby and a divorce came out of this reality show. That's what I'm saying. Real stuff happens on this reality show. Everything ain't made up. Everything ain't just scripted for TV. Everything ain't just a setup. There's some real stuff happening within the material that they are showing us. 100%. In my opinion, what are your final thoughts?
This is my final thoughts, Diva. And I thank you for letting me come up. I agree with you and the Don. Okay. I'm just hoping that every woman is taking a lesson from this. What you let a man do to you, he'll do.
Yes.
If you let him mistreat you and throw you away like that, he'll keep doing it and he'll feel like he's obligated to do it. So if any young girl is watching, if you're with somebody that is not feeding into your life and is not giving you something and making you feel complete, then you need to leave it now. Don't lay down and have no babies with them and then have to guess it later. Because then that's the responsibility you putting on yourself, because that responsibility now lays on that baby and you both got to be in that baby life. So if you lay down and have a baby with somebody that is narcissistic or is needy and selfish, then you got to deal with that person for at least 18 years. It may not be fair, but hey, that's what you got to do.
That's what you signed up for. And listen, it's beyond 18 years. They're going to get married. They're going to graduate college. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. Child, you stuck. You stuck. So be careful who you lay down
with.
If
you got ones like mine, mine still coming to my house and they grown, okay?
That part. Listen, I still go to my parents' house. Listen, we don't never leave.
In my opinion, got 6.
I do have 6.
Okay, let me... L'Oreal, did I say it right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, good. Okay, what's your final thoughts?
I don't really like speaking on the children like that because I feel like it ain't about the kids.
Mm-hmm.
They still, that's just like, I don't think we keep saying this. Martel still want her. He's still doing this. He's sending flowers. He's still doing this. They still wrapped up how many ever years later on the, is we going to get back together. Even on the family trip, it was just going to be the family trip. Why bring any of it up? Why bring extra guests, like Roy say? It ain't about the kids. You know how you see some men that they only come around and be about them kids as long as they can get around you?
Mm-hmm.
That's Martel. You don't see him having the same energy for Ariana's child. He's definitely using those children to try to get his way back in there. Now, when he moves on, really moves on, he ain't gonna be coming around for them kids. He coming for Melody.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, that's that, Roy here.
First of all, Auntie, I love you, and the Don, I love you. Oh, huh?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
You're fine.
I love y'all, and I get passionate. I get triggered. Y'all triggered me tonight. But I will my final thoughts. Let me say, as far as the show, the in-between takes where they're showing the presentation of the person that they're getting ready to talk about, I love the new intros and outros. They've been super cute. So it looks like that, Carlos is trying to spruce it up a bit. But as far as this episode, it was a lot. I'm proud that Kimmi has made it thus far in her journey, and I pray that she continues to press forward in a positive, healthy way. And hopefully, we can bring Maurice around to that positive, healthy feeling as well. And he won't operate in fear, but in happiness and love and celebration, as Kimmi has done. Martel. The Dawn, I agree with what Shan said. I think it would be great for you to get in contact with Martel because he needs a real man to show him how to behave. When he went to that altar to marry Melanie, he vowed to be faithful. He vowed to protect his family and to take care of them. And those things, don't seem like they really happen in their marriage. From what we understand, I'll speak for me. From what I understand, Mel held the license for everything. So if Melanie didn't have the license, how was the construction company going to get off the ground? He was not faithful in their marriage. Melanie, I'm sure, didn't walk into this marriage expecting, 15 years later to have 4 kids and one outside of the marriage that her husband chose to do, during the pandemic. When everybody's life was threatening and, people were out here dying left and right, we didn't think about that though, and then, like I mentioned earlier, you say you want Mel, but yet and still you hearing Sheree face, you want Real Housewives of Atlanta, you still messing with Coleslaw, but I can guarantee that if Coleslaw took the rights away from seeing this baby that he got with her, there would be no conversation. There would be no fight in court. The only reason you doing all of this is because you want to have your cake again and eat it too, but it's not happening. LaTisha, it's pitiful that you got to beg your family to come and work for you. That's a really sad situation. Really, really sad. And that last scene, the Scotts could have kept that. We didn't need that. I would have rather seen Martel and Melanie continue to flirt around and go at it.
Thank you, Boya. And Altavia says thank you too. LaDon, what are your final words?
Well, first off, I want to say that I really do, no matter how I feel about where the kids should live full time, I hope Martel gets help first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the wrong people around him. Marceau, Maurice, they don't give him good advice. So he does need somebody because he takes him with him. He was on Atlanta Housewives and got into it with one of the ladies. He has some anger in him and a rage.
that comes out when he don't get what he wants, when he don't get what he wants. And I hope that he does get the help for his sake and for his kids' sake, you know. As far as Mel, I applaud her because no one gives you a right to tell her or me or whoever, if somebody did something to you, you heal the way you need to heal. Nobody can say it's too long or it's too, or, you know, it's too short. You heal the way you need to. And I have one daughter and 3 boys, and thank God she's tougher than the boys. She is tough as nails. And I thank God because there's a lot of young girls out here that accept things for the sake of, and they're not getting the food they need. And it's vice versa. There are men out there that didn't have fathers that didn't teach them how to deal with certain things, you know. And I know he ain't the only man that cheated, but you can't get mad at the result and how people perceive you now or treat you now. You know what I mean? I remember when I stopped doing drugs. In the beginning, my family was still like saying certain things, and I would say, "I'm serious. I'm really done now." And they kept saying, "Yeah, but you said that before." And then 6 months later or a year later, you call and let's talk about I'm locked back up. I done messed up, you know. And I said, "No, but this time for real." And somebody said, "You can't get mad at them because they don't believe you. All you got to do is every day you do the next right thing and show with your actions that you changed. And the longer you continue to change and the longer that they see it, the consistency of it, then they will eventually see. And that won't be thrown up in your face all the time." And 20 years later, they don't throw it in my face. It's not even an option no more. You know what I mean? I don't what I'm going through in my life. They're not saying, "You think she relapsed?" That's not even an option anymore. Right. So,
God bless you. God bless you.
It was tough, but thank you. God is good. God is great. I know he can get better, but he has to dig deep down inside so he can be better for whoever else, even if it ain't Mel, even if it's his next woman. You know what I mean? He got to do better on how, and even with his daughters, he wouldn't want his daughters treated like this. He just got to do better, and he can do better. I changed. He can change. But he got to have the right people in his circle that's pushing him, not his mama saying, "Ain't nothing wrong with you. You don't need no therapy."
That part, Miss Marlene.
Yeah, he needs somebody. You know, he does. So, you know, once I see him change, I mean, not once because it's not up to me. Right. You know, it's for him and his family. You know what I mean? Then I'm all open to see some positive stuff with him on the screen. You know what I mean? But if he has trouble separating reality from reality, then he needs to take a step back and do some inner work, some therapy, and all his other relationships will be healthier, even with his kids.
Amen. Dawn, listen, a lot of people, they love your perspective today on how you co-parent. You know, we need some good co-parenting books out there, and I'm being very serious because it ain't easy. It ain't easy at all. So Dawn, you're gonna Dawn, I want you to close this thing out. But before I close out, LB, I'm letting you in the train. This is the last stop.
Hey, everybody. Sorry I'm jumping on late. But I feel that Martel is doing the James Brown right now. Please, because he have no income coming in. He lost everything. And I heard that the place that he's staying in, it just got sold. So he gonna be like Tisha and Marceau in an apartment in a minute. So he's just down on his luck. So now he's down on his luck. He see that the girl that he left mail for, she ain't got nothing. She can't cover nothing with him. You know, her hand is constantly out. So he's at his lowest point right now. So he's at a breakdown. So he needs to go through the breakdown so he can order to get through and come out on the other side a better person. Because right now he's messy boots.
Oh shoot. He's messy, Bruce. Listen, thanks for coming through. We're closing out. Don, you get the final word. What is your final thoughts?
Martel and Mel are not these are not new personalities to each other. They met in college. Martel, Omega Man, football player. He was this guy before they got married.
Well, come on, talk to the people. Talk to the people. Let me sit up. Go ahead.
And they still chose to get married.
Okay.
They still chose it.
Yes.
The kibble you drop, don't get mad when the pit bull comes at the kibble, comes for the kibble that you're dropping. You're only going to get what you allow. Yes, this man has free will to do what he wants, but the moment you found those phones, it should have been over then. You should not have had another child by this man, because guess what? That's another human in this world that has to deal with both of their immaturity. Martel needs to go to Mel off camera in the downtime and have a real conversation with her. Let her know his real intentions. If he's playing it up for the show that he wants a relationship, have a real conversation with her. But Mel has to be open to their real conversation. You can't have two separate weddings. They're not going to have two separate graduations because y'all are not getting along.
Come on, holla.
So if you can't do the birthday parties now, how are you going to do the wedding? And you got 4 of them to go to. So you're just going to decide to stay at home because he's there, or he's going to decide to stay at home because she's there? At some point, both of them are going to have to grow up. When he gets mad, he lashes out. When she gets mad, she becomes extremely passive aggressive. They're both the same. They're one and the same. The only thing is Mel didn't get caught cheating.
Oh my, good God. Good God. Listen,
allegedly.
Well, good God. Listen, the train was the train tonight, okay? And it was the train. But I'm thankful and grateful for everybody that was on this train ride, because what a night it was, okay? Listen,
there are some customers complaining about a refund, Diva, so we'll have to meet afterwards because there are a lot of unhappy customers tonight, just to let you know.
You know what? Well, tell them that Leo do human resources in real life, so divert them to me.
You know what? Sometimes we got to take this train off the track to get some of y'all all the way together, right, Don? Yes. Okay.
Absolutely.
So anyway, guys, listen, I love you for being here. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Hit
the like button. Subscribe to Diva's channel.
Yes.
She has a membership and she's got some stuff that's coming. So y'all subscribe to the membership as well.
Thank you, guys. Love y'all.
Have a
See you
good night.
tomorrow night for trending topics. Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
I ain't got no steam to